Well, good morning, one and all, and welcome to worship at Williamsburg Baptist Church on this soggy Super Bowl Sunday. I can't help but think that it's almost a wonder that any of us are here at all, but you all came out en masse this morning. And it truly is a delight to welcome each and every one of you to worship as we gather in this space together. If you're joining us via live stream, we are just as thrilled that you're joining us this morning. And for my part, I hope you're still in your PJs and enjoying coffee or tea as you watch. My name is Art Wright. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the pastor here. And it is indeed a sacred day as we gather in the life of the church. Today is known as Transfiguration Sunday. We've been moving through a very meaningful Epiphany season now for several weeks. Each week we have encountered Jesus preaching and teaching and performing miracles. And during this season in the life of the church, we have remembered our baptisms, we have received star words, we have ordained new deacons. And each week the lights have gotten brighter and brighter in this room as we understand more and more deeply who this Jesus character is. And today is quite literally a mountaintop moment as Jesus takes his inner circle up on a mountain and is transformed before them. It's a dazzling moment of divine revelation, and in many senses, it's exactly what we've been waiting for when we see Jesus most clearly for who he really is. But as bright as the lights are, and as beautiful as this season has been, we know we can't stay here. And on the other side of today, we'll inevitably move down the mountain and into the season of Lent, which is the gloomiest season in the life of the church. It's the season of reflection and repentance leading up to Holy Week and Easter. And so today is a pivotal day in many regards, but I'm so glad that you've chosen to join us this morning, and I hope that you'll linger here as we celebrate Transfiguration Sunday together. A handful of announcements from me. Really, I don't want to say too much other than to say, really would encourage you to check out our Friday e-newsletter. There is so much in it this week. You almost have to print it out and go through it with a fine-tooth comb to sort out all the opportunities. We have, starting next week after worship during Lent, we'll have a weekly prayer opportunity where you can go right down the hall and have a short time of prayer together. During the Lenten season. We are starting a group that's based on a book called Untangled Faith that Valerie Horner is going to be leading that helps us discern God's voice among all the noise and busyness of life. Beljo Rogers and Joe Phillips are going to be leading a 2-week, it's next Sunday and then March 10th, I believe, in the South Wing, a 2-session series on estate planning and end-of-life matters, which really is something for all of us, believe it or not. And then there's lots of good mission engagement opportunities, including the winter shelter on February 20th. So I would encourage you to check out our Friday e-news. If you don't get it, you can sign up on the front page of our website. Would also encourage you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where we try to keep things posted. And also want to give you a heads up, we are not having an Ash Wednesday service this year, as tempting as it was to have a nice romantic Valentine's Ash Wednesday combination. The worship council made the hard decision to take a pass this year, and we're going to impose ashes on next Sunday during the first Sunday of Lent. So don't call the liturgical police on us. We know that's out of order, but that was the hard decision that the worship council made. So hopefully you'll join us for that. Would love for you at some point in worship to take one of these attendance cards in the pew backs in front of you, fill it out, and give it. You can put it in the offering plate when it comes around. And last but not least, as we move into worship now, I hope you'll take a few moments to greet one another as we pass the peace of Christ together. What this often looks like is we turn around in the pews or move across the aisles and extend a hand and say, "The peace of Christ be with you." And the response is, "And also with you." It can also look like a hug or a fist bump or just saying, "Good morning, I'm so glad you're here." But I wonder if you'll join me now as we greet one another with the peace of Christ. Peace be with you.